Hello, everyone. I am hoping that you're doing absolutely amazing. And I am here to pull some cards for you and see what type of energy is between you and your person. Okay? So I'm going to do a pile for this is a tarot reading. This is sometimes twin flame. Could be new love if you're not involved with anybody at this time. So it could be something in the future, new love, true love. Existing love. Maybe you're with somebody, but you aren't sure how they're feeling. Maybe they're not letting on. Maybe you're no contact. It just depends. Everyone's situation is different. Spirit, tell me what the collective's energy is like at present, whether in relationship or not. What is the collective's energy right now, Spirit? What is the collective's energy? Hummingbird. Okay. What is the collective's person's energy? What is the collective's person or their tentative person or their future person? Okay. And, okay, I was going to say the connecting energy. Can I get a clarifier for the hummingbird, please? A clarifier for the hummingbird. More information about the collective. Two came out. Turtle and a spider. Can I get more information about the collective's person, tentative person, future person, present person, person in no contact, just whatever applies to the collective? A frog. That's weird because I've been seeing frogs all over the place. Okay. And the connecting energy between the two. Earthworm. Something shifting. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let me get my glasses so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, let's start with your energy collective. And I say all that to say this could be, let's call this pile A and this pile B, because this could be you, you could relate, you could be mirroring, you could actually see yourself a bit more in one pile than the other. I've made that mistake before. I've definitely, and actually as I pull open this book, it pulled open exactly to the earthworm, which is the connecting energy between you. So I am going to go with that first. So we're going to talk about the connecting energy between the two of you as the cobra and the earthworm. Now the earthworm is shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. Okay, maybe something has put you off in the past or your person off in the past. So maybe you began to share, and this could not even relate to this situation. It could very well be that in past situations, you've shared how you felt about another person and they shut it down and they made you feel small or whatever, or there's some fear of vulnerability in this situation as the connecting energy between the two of you is ultimately what I'm feeling. There's a fear surrounding vulnerability some kind of way for some reason or another. And again, it's a collective reading, so it's going to be very general. If you want a personal reading, please reach out. They are open at present. DM me or send me an email, whichever. Okay. So, the earthworm indicates a newbie or a novice working to establish confidence in a new field or a new connection, we'll say. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember that they once felt like the earthworm. This also person could feel intimidated by your energy. Like maybe you've been through more life experiences. Perhaps one of you is younger than the other or is, just not quite as, how do I put this? Spirit, help me out here. I don't want to say evolved, but maybe just has more life experience. We'll stick with the has more life experience. and has done more healing than the other person. And the other person is kind of like, ugh, you know, I don't know. Can I meet this person where they're at? Because I'm not quite there yet. And you're kind of like, is this person going to come forward? There's just some hesitancy. There's a lot of push pull with this. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or to lose hope. So both of you have hope in this. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it the beginner's mind often offers the most valuable insights. And here's the thing. The person that feels like they have less life experience, sometimes they can give fresh perspective to the person that has had the life experience, who has done the healing. They provide this, I want to say, has broken one or both of you open to experience healing in some regard, change in some regard. Like maybe you've had your glow up since meeting this person. Maybe you've made progress in your life in whatever type of way since you've met this person. And they've helped you get there. They've been a catalyst for your change. So when in balance, earnest, intelligent, and valuable. Okay, but when out of balance, self-conscious and apprehensive. To bring into balance, speak up and risk embarrassment. So there has to be some level of vulnerability between the two of you, and that is what is being called for, is for one or both of you to get vulnerable with the other and pretty much put it out on the line as it relates, Hey, I like you a lot. I like you a lot and I want to get to know you and my feelings are deep for you, whatever. And this is earth energy, earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus. I don't remember. I need to know this, but I don't. I need to write it all down. I'm a dork. Um, anyway, so let's go on. So we have we have earth, water, and air out. Actually, we have all of them. All of the signs are here. Let's go with Cobra because I want to see, and it opened right up to Cobra. Interesting. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. So maybe the energy right now is there could be some level of separation and remember, if you're not involved with anybody at present, these may be things that you need to be aware of before you get involved in the situation. So while I speak as if it is happening now, for some of you, this is obviously not a thing yet. You're not involved with anybody yet. But these are things that you need to be aware of when this person does come along. So keep that in mind. And again, also, if it doesn't resonate with you, like if you don't resonate with one pile or the other, this message may not be for you, and that's okay, because I have over 200 readings over on YouTube. I have tons here on TikTok too. So go find one that you feel more aligned with and choose that one, and there's likely a message in there for you. But the cobra represents a teacher or a spiritual guardian. You could be teaching each other. This could be a spiritual lesson for sure. I'm feeling that big time. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, and ever loving. This person and you guys could have found love for each other from the very moment that you guys first talked. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of an inner teacher. This cobra also for me represents like Kundalini awakening. So you guys could have, like I said, catalyzed an awakening for the other. It manifests externally to the special guides who have led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember, oh my God, here we go. And this is so strange because this has come up in 2 readings and with a life coach that I spoke with the other day. It was amazing. If you like hair and you're into hairstyles, Coach Kimmy. She's fantastic. I had a whole conversation with her the other day and she mentioned that she mentioned this. She said, when a student is ready, the teacher appears. And I had read it previously, and it was almost like we just clicked like that fast. It was a trip. When in balance, a student of life, humble and wise. When out of balance, a know-it-all, egocentric, and to bring into balance, take a class or study. Now, you guys may be studying each other and like learning from each other, truly. And one of you may be very stubborn, or both of you may be. Because I feel like there's a lot of mirroring in this connection. So you guys are breaking each other open. Okay, so let's go with pile A. We're gonna go with the hummingbird first. And all right. So someone is positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Okay, so this could be, I'm kind of being called to say that this may be the person that is a little further along in their spiritual journey. This feels a little more like someone changing. Um, Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. Your person could tend to be a little bit more pessimistic, and you could be the optimistic. Usually opposites, you know what they say. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. Your person actually may come to you for that spiritual nourishment. Your energy is positive, and they find joy in that. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. When in balance, smart, curious, and loves to learn. When out of balance, pushy, insistent, and sharp. Oh my God, you guys, seriously. With the cobra, to bring into balance was to take a class. So is the hummingbird. So, as I said before, the catalyzing that is happening in this relationship may have caused you to take a class. It definitely did me. I'm in a class right now to become a certified hypnotherapist. How freaking weird and exciting and stuff. That's so cool. So, like I said, this could have catalyzed one or more, one or both of you to go on, deeper with your spirituality and learning and going on toward your life's mission. And that is so cool. That is so cool. All right, let's check out the turtle. Or whatever comes up first. All right, we have the turtle. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, and at home within the self. This is going to be most likely the divine feminine in the group. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements. So earth and or water elements, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, and I'm sorry, guys. Um, and this helps to ground and connect them to deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Travel could be a big deal for you. It is for me, thus the name. Um, Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. To bring into balance an adventure. Oh my goodness, how very cool, guys. And like I said, there could be mirroring. So you could be seeing a bit of both of yourself and your person, if you have a person, within each other. I mean, again, like I said, mirroring. I'm feeling it. Here's the spider. Creator of prosperity through life's work and dharma. That is what I am trying to put together. Oh my God. This is speaking to me in a big way. This is me. This is me. How cool. And many of you, I'm sure, can relate. If you have a creative project, please go for it. Because I'm feeling very drawn to say that you're being called by spirit to take that class, to go on that adventure, to start whatever it is for the collective, for healing purposes. You're being called to this. So hopefully, yeah, hang on. So the spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the threads of Dharma into a vast intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like weaving a magical, priceless tapestry, and abundance follows. Yes, instead of working harder, work for something that you love to do, because Spirit is saying abundance will come, no problem. Money is energy. So the abundance will be there, but you will be abundantly happy as well. Don't let anything stand in your way. I don't care if you have a cushy job. It doesn't make any difference, because if Spirit is calling you towards something, you can be as cushy as you want, or you can go towards this and the prosperity will come. Take my advice or not. That's up to you. I'm in no way telling you to make life decisions based on tarot, but I mean, yeah, it's being pointed out here big time. So if this is for you, you know, but don't say Michelle came back and said to quit your day job. Okay? Just saying. Me, I may quit mine. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like a weaving of magical, priceless tapestry, and abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. All right, let's check out your person with the elk. Okay. Stable, resilient, headstrong. The father, being divine masculine energy. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers. Your person could be a father, mother, what have you, lovers and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, supportive, kind, and consistent. But when out of balance, pretentious, high and mighty, and superior to others, or feels as such. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. You may be called to look at your diet. This person may be being called to look closely at what they're putting in their body. Frog. Clearing, cleansing, healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element, and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthy the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished. This person could be a workaholic. So it's vital that such a sensitive creature practice self-care. Your person may have a serious need to practice some self-care to get themselves in line. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. This person may have limiting beliefs that they need to release in old, stuck patterns from childhood. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. When in balance, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. But when out of balance, depleted, running on empty. To bring into balance, lake, river, ocean, or bathhouse. Your person could be a water sign. What do we want to pull? Okay, I want to get some blocks. What could be blocking your person and you? Gonna go with the blocks. This is a relationship oracle, but it's called something else. I can't remember. But excuses, indecision. I'm saying this is for your person. Holding on. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh new start with someone new. So seriously, guys, when I was saying that this person is stuck and needs to cleanse themselves of things they're holding on to, whether that's outdated beliefs, people, places, things, toxic ties, and mindsets, ways of thinking. And this person may make a lot of excuses. You have so many reasons that why it never works out. Find the reasons that it can work. Your person, as I mentioned previously, could be pessimistic and you could be more optimistic. But their indecision can keep them. You are afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. They may have commitment issues. They could be holding on to a past situation. That's interesting. 3 jumped out and they were like, hey, we gotta talk about this. I love it. Okay, Spirit, what about the collective? Expectations. When you expect too much, no one can measure up. Ditch your list and wait for what is real, or want for what is real. So maybe, no one says to lower your standards. Absolutely not. But, the way you expect things to unfold may not be the realistic way that this is going to unfold. So perhaps you need to shelve your expectations, not your standards. Those are 2 very different things. But how you think things are going to play out may not be the way that they're going to play out. Is there anything else that we need to be aware of that may be blocking? Demanding. You could be very demanding. You set impossible standards for your partner to meet. Be less demanding. It doesn't mean to lower your standards. Because listen here, seriously, for those of us who have been living life like, oh, it's fine, no problem, when inside you're falling apart and it's not okay and it is a problem, that's not a good boundary to hold. That isn't being too demanding. That is demanding respect. And yes, you should do that. That demanding of respect is imperative. Because and the thing about it is, you teach other people how to treat you by the way that you allow yourself to be treated. So if you're being treated like crap in a relationship, you're saying, okay, I accept this. This is good enough for me. So while these expectations and demanding could be a thing, pick your battles, but don't lower your standards, is what I'm very, very, very seriously being called to say. Okay? Because expectations and standards are different, and being demanding about ridiculous stuff, okay, great, but my person should be able to buy me whatever. I don't even know, because I don't do designer stuff. It doesn't matter to me. I could care less, and it's not a standard lowered. That's just something that's not important to me. So having them buy me a certain type of bag, whatever an expensive bag would be, every week, that's kind of demanding, and those are pretty ridiculous expectations of most people, unless you want to go and gold dig, and I'm sorry, that's to me what it is. I mean, those are ridiculous expectations. Now, yeah, you want something, that's awesome, go and grab that for yourself. You know, it's nothing wrong with putting something out there and saying, you know what, I want this. Like, I want love, I want some time and attention. Those are things that are, not unrealistic expectations. I want to be treated a certain way. I want somebody to love me properly. Those are not demanding nor unrealistic expectations. So know the difference. Know the difference between ridiculous and standard. Something that should be standard in a relationship. Okay? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Not talking. Again, you aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. As I just mentioned, it is it's absolutely and positively important to let it be known that your needs, this is what you need. Your needs are important, so I need you to remember that. And I think this really pretty much sums it up. It was a cool reading, and I loved it. And you know what? If this is coming, just know that indecision and holding on to past things and making excuses could be something that they do, and just be aware of that. But also setting expectations, realistic expectations, and setting your standards and using your big boy or girl words, you know what I mean? And discussing how you need, what your needs are. They're all important. And I hope this helps. Have an amazing day, guys.